Page 28, the little brown church. C major again, 4/4 time. I don't see any accidentals, so it looks like we're only using the white keys on the piano. We're fine. Right hand. You're coming in on beat 3. There's a pickup measure, and the dotted rhythm thing, that's 2 beats long, so it's beat 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And these dotted rhythms are all over the place, so hopefully you can get them. Look at the first full measure where the half note is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's confusing you. You may need to go back in the method book and review dotted rhythms again. Now we can go slowly, but you're advancing up, so I encourage you to get this so we can advance up. If I go really slow here, starting with the first full measure with a half note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then you just gradually speed it up, so work it out. The dotted rhythms are everywhere here, and they're important, yeah. Follow their phrasing, although a lot of times you're getting rests in between the phrases, so that helps bring in the silence. There's not a lot to point out in the right hand. It's just, you're not in a 5-finger position. You're going to move around a little bit. I don't really feel I need to point everything out. But you should be able to do it by now, I'm hoping. Left hand has these chords. The 1 chord at the beginning of page 28. And the last measure, 5/7 chord. Next line, last couple measures, is a 1 chord and a 4 chord. Basically. Till you get to the top of page 29, then the left hand gets the melody. Because you got the 3 and 4. See, if you look at the last measure of page 28, there's 2 beats in it. They split the measure in between the sections because there's a double bar and there's different sections. So the first 2 beats are at the bottom of page 28. So it's 1 and 2 and 3. Then 3 is at the top of 29. 3 and 4. And these are staccato. Make them short. Nice wrist staccato. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, because there's a quarter rest between each one. Now this gets tricky. This is really the hardest part of this piece, if there is a hard part to it, and that is dealing with this left hand, because the left hand, look at the top page 28, the left hand has a quarter note rest, quarter note rest, quarter note, so you're 1 rest, 3 rest, 1. You think, what's hard about that? 1 rest. The right hand is all connected. Rest. So make sure you put in the rests in the left hand. They're not staccatos, they're just rests. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then you get to the top of page 29, now there's staccatos. And the rest both. 3, 1, rest, 2. But then when the right hand comes in, the staccatos go away. Now you're going back to what you were doing before. A full quarter note. They're not short, they're a full quarter note. Can you make a difference between the staccato and the quarter note? Take the middle 2 measures there, right before the right hand comes in, and the first measure of the right hand comes in, and the left hand, you staccatos, rest. Now, there's a difference, so try and do that if you can. Dynamic wise, you're starting out, and this is the melody that's doing that. So keep the left hand down. We don't want to hear the left hand. It's in the background. It's the melody we want. But then when you get to the top of page 29, you're starting out loud. And then you're going to get softer. Each of these is going to get softer, just a little bit softer. You're just dying away is what it is. Then when the right hand comes in, it's loud. Well, the left hand's going to stay down because the left hand needs to be down. So it's the first line on both hands on page 29 is here. try and get the left hand accurate if you can. The tendency is going to be to just play it staccato. And that's not what's written. Learn it the way it's written first, and then if you prefer the staccato later, you can always change it, but learn it the way it's written first. Speed-wise, it says moderately fast, so it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, so I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2, 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and good luck with that. You learn it slow, and as after you get a feel of the melody, then you don't have to count anymore because you can feel it, and then you can speed it up. There's a retardando at the end for the second. Well, it says retardando, so I guess it would be both times. So that last line. 2. And then fermata, I'm going to hold that one extra quarter note, and you're getting softer. And then if you repeat, then you go on. Something about singing with words. They have 2 verses here, so you can sing both verses if you want. So the music has to accommodate both verses. And in music, they tend to put a note for each syllable of a word in most cases. Every time you get a syllable, they've got another note. Say here at the beginning, they're 1-syllable words, so each word gets its note. There's a church. There's a note for each of those. Well, when you look at the second verse, how sweet, that only needs 2 notes, not 3. So the dotted slur line they put in there, that accommodates both verses. It means if there's words for them, play both notes. Otherwise, just play a half note, just 1 note. So when we repeat it and go back to do the second verse, I'm only going to play a half note there. I'm not going to play the dotted rhythm. It's just going to go 3, 4, 1, because that's how sweet. Yeah, I hope I'm making that sort of clear. This happens a lot in music. So you're playing the notes according to the words that are being sung. Let's try this slowly together and just check the notes and the rhythms. So I'll give us 2 counts, so be ready to go. So you're starting here in right hand, left hand. Okay. Ready, go. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, rest. 2. 2. Rest. Rest. 2. Rest. 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 2. Rest. 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 2. 2. Rest, rest, hold, repeat, 2.